Hello and welcome to another episode of the Confident Musician Show. You are tuning into 5 pro tips on how to let go of the need to be the best. I am your host, Brett Cusack, aka Megalove, and I am a musician, songwriter, music educator, and life and business coach. And at the Confident Musician, we help musicians to overcome self-doubt and overwhelm and create more confidence than you ever thought possible so you can make music and make a difference and share your unique talent to the world. If you find something useful, valuable, or interesting in this video, let us know in the comments because your feedback is super helpful. And if you know somebody else who's always trying to be the best but never seems to ever really solve this problem, please send this video to them in a DM or tag them in this video. All right, let's jump into 5 pro tips on how to let go of the need to be the best. Tip number 1 is whatever you're trying to get on the outside of you will not solve any internal conflict on the inside. So the masters in life live in the realm of transformation, never gain and loss. So the idea is if we're trying to be the best, it's probably some sort of coping mechanism, trying to solve some sort of problem behind the problem. So we just want to start to become aware of the fact that maybe this is what might be happening for us. There's nothing wrong with trying to get better at stuff, but it does make a difference if it's self-sabotaging and we're looking after our physical and mental health along the journey. Tip number 2 is to understand and potentially uncover any hidden strategies that you're trying to fill with this way of being in the world. And what I want you to do here is I just want you to ask yourself, if I did become the best, what do I believe this will give me? So for example, it could be significance, self-worth, validation, safety, confidence, self-love, or adoration for fans perhaps. So I just want you to start to really figure out what is this driving force. And generally it's probably some sort of story or limiting belief that we have picked up along the way that being the best is going to somehow solve some problem that we have. But I guarantee you that whatever happens on the outside of you, it's not going to solve this internal challenge on the inside. Trust me, I've tried it all. Tip number 3 is to find some downsides of being the best. So we've got a subconscious strategy that has a whole bunch of positives and only gain and only win on stacked up against being the best, then maybe it's a good idea for us to balance out our emotions so we perceive being the best with an equal balance of good and bad, right and wrong, peace and war, positive and negative, gain and loss. And so what I want you to do here is to list downsides of being the best and any of the answers from our tip number 2. So for example, it could make you become complacent because you've become the best now that you don't need to move. You don't have any driving force. You may have some unrealistic fantasies that life is only going to be easy now that you're the best. Check out any famous musician who has done amazing things and then also had some simultaneous challenges happen at the same time. I'm not mentioning any names. Some unrealistic fantasies of life only being easy now, dependence on external validation. For some people, you might get this validation on the outside and then you're like craving it, and then you're trying to change your life to meet the expectations of these other people instead of doing what you love for your own reasons. Denying the inevitable criticism and challenge that success brings. You are going to get both no matter where you are, and fear and loss, etc. So tip 3, find all the downsides of being the best. Say good day if you're watching online live. Tip number 4 is how is right now and the journey actually of greater value to and what is most important to you. So you can actually enjoy now and appreciate the journey and the process and the company of who you have to become in order to be here. So you can actually enjoy the process of becoming the best and let go of any of these fantasy things in the future, because I guarantee you they will keep eluding you. Just research any of your favorite musicians or movie stars or whatever, and they will talk exactly about the fact, I think there's a beautiful quote by Jim Carrey, is, I wish everybody could be successful or famous so they can realize that that's not the answer. Really, really important part of the process. Tip number 5 is to get a coach or mentor to guide and inspire you along the journey and help speed up the process. And that is why I've created my latest training and events and workshops on which you can get access to on the link below this video. Inside there is my the Mega Love Universe, which has songwriting, music lessons. My masterclass has just been added to that. Life coaching and business coaching, so you can get access to that. There's also some free events, how to write songs that stand out without self-doubt, and another free event which happens every month called How to Master Time Management for Musicians Without Overwhelm. How to Master Time Management for musicians without overwhelm. And that is on the link below this video. So there are limited spaces available for all of those things. So please make sure you grab a copy of those things straight away. All right, let's recap our 5 pro tips of how to let go of the need to be the best. Tip number 1 is just to acknowledge that whatever you're trying to get on the outside of you will not solve this hidden challenge on the inside. The master lives in the realm of transformation, never gain and loss. A beautiful quote there by John DeMartini. Tip number 2 is understand and uncover any hidden strategies or voids that you might be trying to fill with a value. You can do that by asking yourself, if I did become the best, what do I believe this will give me? And for example, it could be significance, self-worth, validation, safety, confidence, self-love, or adoration. But there is probably a myriad of things that you could be perceiving that you're going to get. Now in tip 3, we want to find the downsides of being the best and any of the answers above in tip 2. So for example, you could become complacent, have unrealistic fantasies, dependence on external validation instead of validating yourself, denying the inevitable criticism and challenge that success brings, fear and loss, etc. Tip number 4 is how is right now and the journey actually of greater value and service to you and what's most important to you, and potentially what your message and vision might be. This is going to help you actually get grounded with where you are right now and actually appreciate what's happening for you and let go of any of these fantasies in the future that you think you're going to get to, but most likely you will not without its equivalent downside anyway. Tip number 5 is to get a coach or mentor to guide and inspire you along the journey to help you speed up the process. Yes, it is going to cost some cash to invest in your growth to be able to work with me, but I guarantee you what you invest will always be insignificant into relation to what it is that you will learn with me. And the beauty is that you can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. So many of my clients are like, Brett, I wish I did this sooner. So if you feel like I might be the right person to work with, but you just need to answer a few questions and find out a little bit more about what it is that I do, book a 15-minute Q&A call with me on the link in the description, and we can have a chat about where you would love to go in the next 6 to 12 months, what your current situation is, what the problems are you're facing, and then I can help you map out a bit of a strategy and a plan of how I might be able to help you and present you with an offer. And if you feel like that fits, that's great. If not, that's cool too. But I do have limited spaces for that, so please book a 15-minute Q&A with me straight away, so we can get the conversation, so we're not avoiding any of the challenges moving forward. I hope you've loved this video. If you know somebody else who cannot let go of the need to be the best, please tag them in this video with love. And if you found something useful, valuable, interesting, please let us know, because your feedback is super important. Until next time, my name's Brett. Make music, make a difference, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Yeah, yeah, yeah.